rape accuser claims audio of her retracting allegations is not all it seems. This is according to Hip Hop DX. And apparently, Jay-Z's sexual assault accuser has said that the recently unearthed recording of her appealing to retract her allegations against the superstar is not to be believed. And it's I'm gonna be honest. How this goes, it says Jay-Z's rape accuser claims audio of her retracting allegations is not all it seems, is very protectionary, meaning a regular, if this had been anybody else, they would have just said, Jay-Z accuser said she didn't say that shit. But this is, when I first read, I was like, Jay's rape accuser audio retracting. And look, I'm not a fan of nobody. I need to reiterate this, okay? I'm not a fan. Let me go on and get this, because I don't think people really be understanding what I mean when I say this. Look, do I like OJ the Juice Man music? Love it to death. Gucci Mane's music, I love it. I seen Gucci Mane straight haul off and still on the bitch on stage. Knock a damn near, he threw a motherfucker out a rolling car. Okay? All of the old Death Row, Cash Money. I know allegedly Baby got badass Yellow Boy murdered and shit from UNLV and shit. I know all of this shit about these people. I love the music. The people themselves are nothing but flawed ass human beings that's gonna do human being ass shit. So when people be like, oh, you trying to attack this person or you trying to bring this person, no, the fuck if I read a headline and be like, sounds plausible to me, I'm not trying to bring nobody. It's a regular ass human. I don't give a fuck what position they got. Even when it come to me in my own house, my motherfucking kids to go in that goddamn refrigerator, some food come up missing that they brought in there, some leftovers from when they went to damn Ruth Chris or somewhere nice and shit. Then ask daddy did he want some, and it be some leftovers. They come in there, oh my gosh, my leftovers missing. I bet you dad did it. I don't get mad, because first off, they just technically called me a thief in my own goddamn house. But guess what? They are right. I did steal it and I did eat it. I don't go against them and be like, hey, you can't talk like that. That's making me look bad out in these streets and shit, telling people I be stealing y'all's food. No, I'm just a regular human. I'm greedy and I will eat my kids' leftovers. So if I'm doing that, how the fuck I'm gonna be like, I don't think so-and-so with all this money ain't doing certain shit, or so-and-so couldn't do that. If I'm a flawed human in my own house, how the fuck I'm not gonna just hold people that jump in? There's a lot of people that'll watch some videos and I'll be like, oh yeah, I can see the motherfucker doing that shit. What? How you're trying to defame that person? No, how the fuck is my opinion just because I know that's a regular ass human being defaming? The only time I'm gonna stand on some shit if that person is really like changing the world on some really change the world shit. Even then, I'm gonna be like, this motherfucker saved 17 babies and is giving back to what? But if some shit come out that this motherfucker like punching puppies in the face, I'm gonna make a thumbnail with a puppy with a black eye and that person with a fist like this. I'm not trying to defame them or nothing, but they was punching babies in the face. I mean, puppies. So the reason I'm saying this, because a lot of people say if you cover this type of shit, it's like, oh, you want Jay-Z to be guilty. I don't want nobody to be guilty of shit. However, if you listen to the words and shit, you know, I know he ain't supposed to take rap lyrics seriously, but if you say you done did a couple of things, I'll be like, I'm not gonna say they did do it, but I'm not gonna say I just don't believe they didn't do it. Okay, and that's for anybody. It don't matter. My favorite artist, anybody's favorite artist. All right, okay. It's only one person where no matter what they do, if it was good or great, I would never acknowledge it, and that's the fraudster. Okay, that's the only person I'm gonna be 100%. I don't give a fuck bias. Everybody else, I'm looking at their side and I'm looking at their side, and I'm gonna put it together and be like, this is a whole person, dualities of it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got dualities. It's not one. What you gonna say?
No, you said not one person that what?
I was gonna say it's not one motherfucker in here. If we could play back your entire life, that you ain't did something that we could all cancel your ass for. All of us have done cancelable shit. Shit. And I'm gonna just say all of us have done human ass shit. And everybody think the default to being a human being is being a good person. No, the fuck, that's not what the default to being human is. The default to being human is being fucking human. And people go do some shit that other people deem fucked up, and people go do some other shit that we all deem fucked up. Some people go do some shit where half the people think it's fucked up, the other half people don't think it's fucked up. But that's why I asked that question about cancellation, because, you know, selective outrage is a thing. I'm selectively outrageous on fraudry. I don't give a fuck that I'll motherfucker make a whole video. Hey, that punk ass bitch Drake, you know he threw some gum on the floor, some paper on the floor and shit. I think that motherfucker need to be flogged and motherfucking damn head chopped off at the damn in front of everybody, like in the old what is that? What was that called? The guillotine days.
The guillotine, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing he do, but I got that bias. A lot of people have biases they don't want to speak on because it's bad to be biased. How the fuck is bad to be biased? Everybody biased. You want to know how I know everybody biased, motherfucking Brisk? Everybody biased because everybody done said this before. Everybody got that one family member that do fucked up ass shit, and you'll hear somebody say, hey, that family member, that motherfucker a thief. Oh, no, bitch, you can't talk bad about my cousin. I don't give a fuck if he robbed that liquor store. Right or wrong, that's my motherfucking cousin. I ain't gonna let you talk bad about her. So we all biased. We biased for something or somebody. Okay? And what's fucked up about online is this. It's very easy to get caught up in some group think. I'm only biased on a handful of things. Domino's is horrible. Jack in the Box is horrible. Drake is horrible. Everything else is just regular human ass shit. Everything else is just regular, and there's dualities to it. And even with the Jack in the Box, I've been thinking, they serve real ice cream and they have curly fries. It's just they burgers are trash, and I went and they gave me a damn burger with moldy tomatoes. Not on just one of the burgers. I opened them up and then go try to tell me they gonna give me a free coupon for another visit. Bitch, why the fuck I'm coming back to the moldy tomato place?
Yeah, that's wild.
And they got tacos that's not really tacos. That really is my biggest thing about them. Any goddamn way. So
that shit. Yeah, when I finally read this, that first sentence would take me out of this whole article. Because to me, if you ain't out here making victims, like I don't really give a shit if you are making victims. And I have irrational ignorance. So I'd have read that first sentence and I'd have been like, you know what? It's not worth me reading the rest of this.
Yes. Yes. So, and I understand, once again, in hip hop, we once again go to the main. I'm sorry I'm going these tangents, but and this even with the Visine, even the Visine can't stop. Not Visine, but Vivans can't stop this ADHD fucking tangent. But as hip hop, yes, we are supposed to protect. Every group wants to protect their own in their group. Okay. Whether at the smallest thing you want to protect your family members. You can't say that shit about my cousin. Only I can say that shit about my cousin. That's bias. Even in hip hop, we supposed to be protecting, you know, the people we deem to be valuable to the community, right? With that being said, we should be able to speak about shit, whether they been accused of some shit or anything, without everybody saying if you speak on it, you trying to bring this person down. Trying to bring this person down would be a thumbnail that say XYZ did this shit, and then as soon as the video come on, I know XYZ did this shit, god damn it. And then for 20 minutes you go in on why XYZ did that shit. If you need an example of that, watch any of our Drake videos. It goes just like that. And I go into 100% whatever they accused him of, he did, right? That's because I'm a biased motherfucker towards that motherfucker. Anybody else, though, I should be able to be like, hey, somebody got accused of this. People be like, why you platforming this? Or why you platforming? Bitch, it's we all talking about the shit. And as long as we have a discussion, now, let's say after we read everything and we go through the shit, somebody be like, do you think he did it? For most things, my answer always gonna be like, I don't know if that motherfucker did it, but if I had to bet money, everything always go to, if I had to bet money, I ask everybody this question. I'd be like, all right, you got $20. You had to bet whether you think this motherfucker did or not. Not saying he did it. I'm saying just based on your feelings from the shit, because we all got certain amount of feelings. Shit. Do you think he did it or not? Same thing with the OJ shit. We was all supposed to be protecting OJ. OJ didn't do it. OJ didn't do it. OJ didn't do it, right?
OJ Simpson?
Yeah, back when the trial was going on, right? And shit. And I was in junior high at the time, right? So I ain't really, you know, I would watch the case, and the only reason I had a homeboy, Saeem, if you watching this shit, shout out to you, nigga. Now, Saeem was a grade older than me, and he was the only other Wu fan in school with me. Well, our teacher, Mr. O's, this was his Latin class. I'll never forget when they read their verdict to OJ being motherfucking not guilty. I am not being, y'all know, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being facetious or nothing. Mr. O's said, fuck, he got away with it, fuck. And Mr. O's was old too. Like, Mr. O's was like, he had to be 55 or some shit. Saeem got up, hell yeah, freedom, nigga, freedom. Got up just, it's only 7 of us in Latin class. It ain't a lot of us in shit. So we all laughing this shit, right? But if you had asked Saeem, do you think OJ had did it? Saeem be like, I don't know if that nigga did it or not and shit, but motherfucking white folks didn't want that nigga to be free and shit. I said, fuck that shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, even when you supposed to protect certain groups, especially in front of certain crowds, and I get that 100%, right? With that being said, this is motherfucking the YouTube act, okay? So if long as people can say they biased about some shit, I ain't got no problems with that. Otherwise than that, when somebody asks me about anything, and I always be like, well, would I bet some money on it? I'm going to bet on what I think go give me the money. And usually what I think go give me the money is truly what I think about the situation. It don't mean I'm trying to bring nobody down. A lot of people like, because if somebody guilty of doing some shit that they accused of doing, hey, they need to go there. Sometimes people get accused of shit they didn't do, and they be innocent of the motherfucker. Sometimes people be innocent of the motherfucker, but everything that has been presented to us make them look guilty, and then we don't find out till years later. Like, you know that motherfucker didn't stab Brenda? No, they didn't do it. That's not how it really went down. They just had I don't watch enough of Matlock, Murder, She Wrote, and fucking CSI and all that shit. You can get away with some shit and frame motherfuckers real good. So whenever somebody asks me about some shit other than Drake, I'll be like, they could have did it, but they could have not did it. I don't know. And the way shit, looking in the media, it looked like they did that shit, but I don't know. I don't put nothing past nobody. I wish we could get in the position of not putting nothing past nobody. And the scary part about that is I got to include myself in the don't look nothing past nobody. So with that story I told y'all about my kids, if you ever invite me to your house and the next day something out your refrigerator that's real tasty is gone, you can't put that past me. You can't I just told you a story about how I steal from my kids' food. But only food, not money, and not items. Just food. I will take that last piece of chocolate cake from Cheesecake Factory out your shit if I think you gonna blame your kids. Motherfucker called me, be like, hey, did you see that last piece of cake in the cheesecake? I was like, no, last time I saw your daughter Brittany was the last person I saw by the refrigerator. Anyway, let's get back to this Jay-Z shit. So I ain't mad at Hip Hop DX for the title, but it's just kind of very obvious because read the rest of this shit. Jay-Z sexual assault accuser has said that the recently unearthed recording of her appearing to retract the allegations against the superstar is not to be believed. As a part of one of the superstar's multiple lawsuits against the anonymous woman and her attorney, Tony Bugsby, TMZ reported on Thursday, March 13th, that the woman filed a declaration saying that they were previously unknown circumstances surrounding the recording. She says that 2 private investigators showed up unannounced at her house during their conversation. She says she wasn't calm, natural, or at ease and trembled the entire time we spoke. She also says, I never stated whether once or 4 times that Mr. Carter did not assault me. The woman also denies that it was Bugsby who pushed her to sue Hove. I never made any such statements to investigator Charlotte Henderson or any other person, the declaration reads. News of the recording broke Wednesday, March 12th, when an excerpt of the meeting between 2 private investigators and the Jane Doe was shared by ABC News. In the excerpt, one investigator asked her of Jay-Z, he was there, but he didn't have anything to do with any sexual acts towards you? Do you hear it? That is what they would call, I believe, a leading question. he was there, but he didn't have anything to do with any sexual acts towards you. Sounds like you trying to get her to say, you're all right. He did not have anything to do anything with it. But she said, yes, she replied. She also says that he, meaning her attorney, Tony Busby, was the one that kind of pushed me towards going forward with him with Jay-Z. Ho's attorney, Alex Shapiro, responded to the audio. She says in no uncertain terms that Mr. Carter did not do this. He told ABC News it's effectively a lie, and the only reason Mr. Carter is even involved in this is because she was pushed to involve him. Busby denied that, and he forced the woman to accuse the rap icon. No, Busby denied that he forced the woman to accuse the rap icon. As far as the suggestion that I pushed Jane Doe to bring a case against Jay-Z, that's a blatant lie that is directly contrary to all the documentary evidence, he said in a statement provided to ABC News. The anonymous woman has continued to say that she stands by her story, which she previously admitted contained inconsistencies. They followed it up with that part. She also accused the 55-year-old billionaire and his team of harassing her and attempting to get her to sign an affidavit, admitting her claims were false. Now, and this is where they just kind of go by what they was accused of and shit in the thing. Now, what I want to put you on the hot seat first so people can judge you first. What are your thought processes on this?
Man, they had to pull up some proof, something. It's a lot back and forth going on. I heard her say she didn't do it. After I heard her say she didn't do it, I just thought it was something that was fake, that they were trying to play Jay-Z on to get him. I thought that's possibly a chance there. And I really stopped paying attention to it after that.
For me personally, you know how I feel. Anybody that got money got power. Anybody that got power got pull. Anybody that can pull some shit will try to pull it. But not just on one side. Jay-Z got money and power. The Busby dude got money and power. I don't know nothing about this Jane Doe. But I don't put nothing past nobody at all. With that being said, for her to recant again, it reminds me of the Raz B situation, and I always bring up Chris Stokes. I cannot wait till they get that nasty, dirty motherfucker who, for some reason, I don't know how he been making it through this whole. He done made it through the whole Jay-Z. I mean, not Jay-Z, but R. Kelly's and Harvey Weinstein's without being fucking brought up and shit. But he could
it be because was most of the victims boys though?
Black young boys whose parents either was very broke at the time when he proclaimed them. People asked about that Asian little boy that was in immature, and his parents was there and they pulled him out. He couldn't buy his parents. All the other kids was coming from fucked up ass environments and shit, and but I bring this up to say that Raz B had a whole bunch of accusations. Had the nigga on the phone. Talking about, I'm not like that no more, Raz B. I don't do that no more. Da da da. And then a couple of months after that, this nigga is in the parking lot saying, yeah, everything I said was not true. Da da. But it was kind of like that Kanye standing next to Jazz Prince shit. Jay Prince shit when he did that show with whatchamacallit. So I'm saying all this to say this. There are allegations about the jigger with a mysterious woman who kind of came up missing with a whole bunch of shit involved with that shit. And this nigga pulled, I think he shot his uncle or some shit over some crack rock when he was fucking whatchamacallit. So I have to put him in the bucket of I can't put nothing past this nigga. Does it sound jiggerish? Nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know these niggas. So with her going back and forth, all I see is two motherfuckers with power that can send anybody to do anything. And I don't know what to believe. Like I said, this is one of them things. If I had to bet money, legally, I would bet he gonna get off of the shit. Personally, do I think he did it? No. I gotta say on the inside, I don't necessarily, this don't fit his profile to me for shit that he would do. So that's just my thought process on it and shit. However, if it ever comes out 100% they drop a damn Diddy beating Cassie level video and shit, I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he did it. I was like, well, the nigga lips is pretty big and shit. They way bigger than mine and shit. So, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but That's probably what I would say is shit. To see the rest of this live and over 60 plus members only videos, become a Struggle Group member for only $2.99.